Hi, I'm Neil Kelleher. In this video I'm going to show you another muscle control technique that might be helpful for working towards sitting cross-legged comfortably. And very simply, this technique involves feeling and controlling your sitting bones. And the sitting bones are the bones that you can feel when you sit down on the floor or on a hard chair. And the idea is to operate the sitting bones in such a way that you generate muscle activation, and via this muscle activation hopefully you'll be able to then work towards sitting cross-legged a little bit more comfortably. And to start off with, the first exercise is an exercise in actually feeling your sitting bones. So what I'd suggest is standing with your knees comfortably bent, feet can be parallel. Simply focus on your sacrum first of all. So the sacrum is the triangle of bone between your buttocks. You can think of it as the base of the spine. And a simple exercise you can do is to slowly lift your sacrum. So as you do that, notice your back bending, relax, lift your sacrum and relax. And what I'd suggest is practice that exercise a few times. Do it slowly and smoothly. Slowly lift, feel your sacrum lifting, feel your lumbar spine bending backwards. And then when you return to the starting position, notice the change in sensation. So lift your sacrum, feel your sacrum lifting, even pointing backwards, feel your lumbar spine bending. And then when you return to this position, notice the change in sensation. So repeat that a few times and then do the opposite action, drop your sacrum. And here again, you can notice changes of sensation. Notice your sacrum pointing down. Notice your lumbar spine flattening. So the first exercise, or those two exercises, practice lifting your sacrum, lowering it. You can do the same thing sitting in a chair. Feel your sacrum lifting, allow your lumbar spine to bend backwards, drop the sacrum, feel your lumbar spine straightening. Now from there, once you're comfortable with that exercise, and it's more, actually what it's more about is tilting your pelvis forward and backwards. Once you can do that, the next step then is to focus on feeling your sitting bones while doing the exact same movement. So again, the sitting bones are the bones you can feel, the two bones you can feel when sitting on the floor, say, or on a hard chair. But here again, feet parallel, knees comfortably bent, torso upright. Lift your sacrum, and this time instead of focusing on the sacrum, focus on feeling your sitting bones. Lift your sacrum, and ideally what you'll be able to feel is that your sitting bones, as you lift your sacrum, the sitting bones move backwards. What you may be also able to feel is that as you lift your sacrum, the sitting bones move slightly upwards. So the suggestion here is to practice lifting your sacrum. Notice your sitting bones moving back and up, then relax, notice them moving, if you like, returning to the starting position. So, sitting bones back and slightly up, relax, feel your sitting bones back and up, and relax. And if you wanted to, you could change the turnout of your feet, maybe slightly out, slightly in. See if that makes it easier to actually feel your sitting bones. Now repeat that a few times. When you're ready, when you have a feel for moving your sitting bones back. Next, drop the sacrum, feel your sitting bones moving downwards and perhaps even slightly forwards or under. And then relax, sitting bones down and forward, relax, sitting bones down and forward, and then relax. So practice that. If you're doing that same exercise on a chair, it's a little bit more difficult to feel because your sitting bones are actually on the chair. They won't actually move backwards and forwards. But even so, on a chair, you could still notice your sitting bones while tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards. And what you can then do is practice that same movement, lifting your sitting bones, dropping the sitting bones in a number of poses if you wanted to. And that could be helpful for a more deeper experience of your body, but it won't necessarily help you in towards sitting cross-legged. Something else will. For the next exercise, stand with your feet turned out about 45 degrees. And the idea here is to rotate your thighs outwards or externally. So when you rotate the thighs outwards, the front of the thighs moves out, the back of the thighs moves in. And the thing to notice when you're doing this action, so rotate the thighs outwards, hopefully what you'll notice is that your butt cheeks activate. Then when you relax the rotation, your butt cheeks relax. So practice that a few times. You can change the amount of turnout of your feet, but ideally with the feet turned out 45 degrees or about 45 degrees, it makes it relatively easy to feel your butt activate. So rotate the thighs out, feel your butt activate, relax, rotate the thighs out, relax, rotate the thighs out, feel your butt activate, relax. Now the next step from here is to notice the effect on your sitting bones. So rotate the thighs out, notice your sitting bones. Does it feel like they are squeezing inwards, pulling out, or do you get no sensation at all? Ideally, what you notice is as you rotate your thighs outwards, your sitting bones squeeze together. And if you don't get that sensation, what you can try doing is vary the tilt of your pelvis. Try lifting your sacrum slightly, rotate the thighs out, or try dropping the sacrum slightly. Rotate the thighs out. See if either of those positions makes it easier to feel your sitting bones squeezing inwards when you rotate the thighs externally. Once you have that, so practice that a few times, get a feeling for your sitting bones squeezing inwards as you externally rotate the thighs. Once you get that, then the idea is simple. Simply squeeze your sitting bones together. So you can try that with the feet turned out, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together. Once you have a feeling for that, you can try it with the feet parallel, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax. The feeling now with the feet parallel will be slightly different. Squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax. Now from there, the next step is to try it on one leg while balancing on one leg. And what I'd suggest, shift your weight forward so that your forefoot presses down so that your foot is active, so you have a little bit more control while balancing on one foot. And you can have the foot turned out to begin with. Keep your pelvis, your hips relatively still. Squeeze the standing leg sitting bone inwards. And what you can do is if you get butt activation, once you get butt activation, if you're not getting a sensation of your sitting bone moving inwards, try adjusting slightly, turn towards your standing leg or away from the standing leg. Generally it's away from the standing leg, but adjust. See if you can find the feeling for yourself where you can easily squeeze or move the sitting bone inwards. So standing leg, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax, squeeze the sitting bone inwards. Another adjustment you can do, tilt the pelvis forward or backwards. Additionally, lift or lower this hip so that you can get the sensation of your sitting bone squeezing inwards. Then try it with the other leg. So knee bent, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax. Once you get that, you can then try with different foot positions. So cross-legged, sitting cross-legged, your legs are generally rotated outwards. What you could try doing is turning your feet outwards more. Do the same thing, knees bent. Squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together. Try it with the feet turned out even more. You could try it with knees straight, squeeze the sitting bones together, squeeze, relax, relax. You could try it with the knees slightly bent, so step your feet apart a comfortable distance. You can vary the amount of turnout of your feet. Here again, squeeze the sitting bones together, squeeze the sitting bones together, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax. And probably what you'll notice is that as I squeeze my sitting bones together, my sacrum naturally drops, my pelvis tilts backwards. And so ideally what you can then work, and before when I did a cross-legged video, one of the complaints that I got was, I can't even sit cross-legged, how do you expect me to do these exercises? So the suggestion here is to practice this both on one leg, both legs. What you could also do is practice this on the standing leg side and the lifted leg side. Squeeze this sitting bone inwards, squeeze this sitting bone inwards. And as you get a feel for that, what you can then try doing is doing it while sitting down. Maybe you need to lean up against the wall. Maybe you have your feet further forward. See here, focus on your front legs. Try and squeeze the sitting bone inwards. Then try it on the back leg, squeeze the sitting bone inwards. Maybe then try, once you get the feel for it, try bringing your legs further back. Squeeze the sitting bone inwards, squeeze the sitting bone inwards, do both. Squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax. Inwards, relax. And then from there, once you get comfortable with that, and it may take a few weeks or months, try sitting upright. Squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax. Squeeze the sitting bone inwards, relax. And if it doesn't work with the feet back, try moving the feet forward. Also try it with the other leg in front so that you can work towards sitting cross-legged comfortably, gradually and comfortably, and in a way that you can actually sense and control. Now, because I'm assuming this is mainly designed for people who can't sit comfortably cross-legged, and I would expect you to be repeating these exercises, say 3 to 5 times a week, doing it fairly regularly, maybe a few minutes each day or as part of your routine. An important idea is the idea of balance. So you're squeezing the sitting bones inwards, you're practicing that. You should also, if you're doing this regularly, you should also practice the opposite action, that is spreading the sitting bones apart. And for that, what I'd suggest, stand with your feet turned inwards, knees comfortably bent. And what you may notice when you do this is your butt will stick out. Rotate the thighs inwards. Ideally, what you'll notice in this case is that your sitting bones feel like they are pulling apart. So once you get that, then the focus can be, instead of rotating the thighs inwards, spread the sitting bones, relax, spread the sitting bones, relax, spread the sitting bones, relax. And do it a lot more. I'm rushing a bit. So spread the sitting bones, feel that, then relax. So you can actually hold the activation, you can adjust if you need to, and then relax. So do it at a comfortable rhythm. Then once you can do it with feet turned in, try it with feet parallel, knees slightly bent, spread the sitting bones, relax, spread the sitting bones, relax. You can try it with knees straight, spread the sitting bones, relax. You could even, although it sounds perhaps counterintuitive, you could try it with the feet turned out. Try to spread the sitting bones here, relax, spread the sitting bones. You could even try it with feet turned out maximally, spread the sitting bones, relax. And likewise, by the same token, you could do the same thing with retracting the sitting bones or pulling them inwards. Try that with the feet turned in. Squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together. And so squeeze the sitting bones together, relax. So then the idea is, once you can pull your sitting bones apart easily, and once you can retract them, you can practice both actions in all foot positions. So with the feet turned in, spread the sitting bones, retract the sitting bones, spread, retract. Feet turned out, spread the sitting bones, retract the sitting bones, spread, retract. Turned out maximally, perhaps 180 degrees. Spread the sitting bones, retract the sitting bones, spread, retract. Feet parallel, spread, retract. Another idea you can do is you can try that in different poses, perhaps a standing forward bend, spread, retract. Pyramid pose, bend forward. You could focus on the front leg, spread the front leg sitting bone, or pull it outwards, retract the front leg sitting bone. Chair pose, weight forward or back, change it to suit your knees. If your knees hurt, try shifting forward or back, see if that helps to alleviate the pain. Try it with shins rotated outwards or inwards, but you can do the same thing. Retract the sitting bones, spread the sitting bones, retract the sitting bones, spread the sitting bones. All with the idea of, as you get more comfortable with both of these actions, practice both actions so that you have balance, control, but also practice it while sitting cross-legged or working towards cross-legged. See if it helps you at all. And if you notice any improvement within 2 or 3 days, then it might be pursuing this more. If you don't notice any improvement after, say, a week, then this technique is probably not going to be helpful. You'll have to explore other muscle control techniques. Another option is if you simply enjoy the experience of feeling what is happening within your body, then use it, experiment with it, play around with it, see, simply enjoy the experience of your body by playing with this muscle control technique and any of the others that I've explained in this video, in these series of videos. And just as a note, in other videos I've talked about opening and closing the hip crease. This operating the sitting bones, like spreading and contracting the sitting bones, can be a nice complement. So if on some days you focus on the hip crease, on other days what you could do is focus on feeling controlling your sitting bones. On other days you could try both. Notice correspondence. What happens to the hip crease when you spread your sitting bones? What happens to the hip crease when you retract or pull your sitting bones together? And basically see how it works. So just as an example, another seated pose that you might try this in is bound angle pose. And this might also be another way to prepare for sitting cross-legged. Your knees might be up here, oh well, but you could do this one leg at a time also. Say your right leg mirroring you, try to squeeze a sitting bone inwards, adjust pelvic tilt as you need to, relax, squeeze a sitting bone, relax, squeeze a sitting bone. You could also try spreading the sitting bone, just notice what happens, then do the same thing on the other side. Retract the sitting bone, try spreading it, then once you have a feel for both legs, do them both together. Squeeze the sitting bones together, relax, squeeze the sitting bones together, relax. So again, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this gives you some tools to play with. Hopefully it gives you some tools to help improve your ability to sit cross-legged comfortably. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please do feel free to leave a question or comment. Hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.